We left off on the bottom of Ayin Vav on the base. The Gemara had said that if a person was conscripted into the army of David, that was a proof and indication that he was a person of pedigree. Because if he was not, he wasn't eligible for conscription. So Gemara asked a number of questions. We have Uri Achiti. Uri Achiti, seems he was a Chiti, he was a Hittite. So he's not a person, he's considered an illegitimate Jew. Or says, no, he lived in Ches. Not that he lived there. And they quote with somebody else, Salak Ammoni, he was a general in David's army. He lived in Ammon. So the Gemara asks, what about, there was a person, he was called Iti Agiti. So he came from the Philistine area. He says, 5 lines in there. Ivo Ika Iti Hagiti. Maybe you say he lived in Gat. Gat was a Philistine area, but he wasn't a Philistine. He wasn't a person who converted. Iti Hagiti Bo Botlo. The Gemara says in Avodah Zarah, based on the Psukim, we discussed this, that the Avodah Shalakum, if idolatry, an idolatrous object belongs to a Jew, it's called Avodah Shel Yisrael. Non-Jew worshipped it, a Jew acquires it. Once he acquires it, it has to be destroyed. If a Jew acquires the idolatry of a non-Jew, it has to be destroyed. You can no longer nullify it. What happens before the Jew acquires it? The non-Jew nullifies it. Then he's permitted to benefit from it. To use it for a mitzvah, that's a different discussion. You're not permitted to use it for a mitzvah because it's something which is, because of its background, what it was involved in, it's not respectful. But in terms of, on an ordinary level, to benefit, you're permitted to benefit. So it's, over there it says there was a crown that they kept on the idol, and they worshipped the idol. So Idi Agiti, before David acquired it, he went and nullified it. And after he nullified it, he gave it to David, so David should be able to benefit from this crown, which they kept on the idol. But if he was a Jew, so how did he nullify it? So evidently see clearly that what? That he wasn't Jewish. Okay? So that's and it seems, and he was part of David's part of his army. V'od Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Arba Meos Yelodim Hoyu Lo LeDavid V'kulam B'nei Yefastor Hoyu V'kulam Mistaprim Kumi U'Magadlim Bluris Hoyu. There's a whole question. There's a discussion. We discussed this in Sanhedrin. We just had it in Eshes Fastor. Are you permitted to have relations with her before she converts? Most Rishonim, it's based on the Girsa, based on the text in the Avodah Zarah, in Sanhedrin, that when you take her in battle, you're permitted to cohabit with her once as a non-Jew. Just once. Then afterwards, you convert her. Rashi's Girsa is that you're not permitted. Only after she converts, only then. So if that's the case, we're speaking about there were 400 children that David had, and they were all children of Fastor. Their mothers were taken in battle. That doesn't mean David took them. They were referred to as David's children, not his, but by other Jews took them in battle. But what were their mothers? They were conceived as non-Jews. They were conceived as non-Jews. Vukulim staprim kumi, and they all cut their hair in a certain way. Umegadlim bluris, meaning they would shave the tops of the heads and they would leave. We had this in Avodah Zarah. It was like a pigtail, just a crop of hair in the back. And hayu v'kulam yoshim v'kron shavzov, and they would sit in, have chariots made of gold. Hayu mahalchim b'roshi gaisos, and when they would go to battle, they would lead the army into battle. So here you have people that converts. They're converts, and even if you learn like Rashi, their mothers were what? Were converts. Ve'henim balei grofim shel beis David, and they were considered the strong-armed people of David. They would actually instill tremendous fear into the hearts of the enemy. And it seems to be they went to battle. But if we're saying if you're conscripted into David's army, you have to be a pedigree, here we see these people were not a pedigree. On that, Gemara answers, the Azli Busa Alma. They never went out to battle. They only would go to the front, only to instill fear when they would see these people. When the enemy would see the power and the demeanor of these people, it would put terror into them. The ones who actually went to battle were only the ones, people of pedigree. So when we say that and a person was conscripted into the army, means the one who was qualified to go to battle, there's no reason to check his pedigree any longer, because definitely his pedigree was established to be a valid pedigree. Okay, let's see the next Mishnah. Any questions? David, you're okay? I don't know. I don't know the stories. But the difficulty is the story of Tamar and Amnon, right? So if you simply was because one was conceived before and one was conceived afterwards, where they fell in love with one another, right? So they weren't. But if you say you could only cohabit afterwards, right? So if that's the case, they were brother and sister. What was even the consideration? They should be able to marry one another. And that's Tosafos' question in Rashi. So the way they answer Rashi, when it says David adopted, when he took her in battle, she already had a daughter. The daughter was already born. The daughter came back with the mother. So, but it wasn't because he raised her as his own daughter. She was considered like David's daughter. She was like brother and sister. But factually, they weren't related. They were biologically related, but he never fathered the child. It was the same mother. Of course, she converted. No, she was, of course. She converted. No. According to the other Rishon, no wait. According to the other, definitely there was never an issue. She was conceived when the mother wasn't Jewish. But according to Rashi, the question is, you're not permitted to cohabit when she's not Jewish. So if that's the case, they're brother and sister. So they answer Rashi, it wasn't David's daughter. When he took her in battle, a daughter already was born from a previous man, or she was pregnant from a previous person. And then he took her, and therefore, so it was like brother and sister, but they weren't brother and sister. Okay? Let's see the next Mishnah. Okay, this will take slowly. This will clarify many things that we discussed last week. Bas cholol zocher, psula min akuna. The daughter of a cholol, a male cholol. A man marries a Kohen marries a Grusha, he has a son. And now he has a grandson, a great-grandson. Straight line of chaloli. The cholol now marries an ordinary woman, and he has a grandson. And that one has a son, so it's the great-grandson of the original cholol. And eventually they have a daughter. Let's say the sixth generation. From the original cholol, they have a granddaughter. So it's the original cholol's great-great-great-granddaughter. What is her status? She's a chalola. She's a chalola. Okay? Bas cholol zocha psul min akula la'olam. As long as you have that paternal line, son after son after son, we'll discuss in a minute, that daughter is a chalola. What about Yisro shenosa chalola? Nobody argues this. What about an ordinary Jew marries a chalola? Bitok sheiro l'kuna. Regular Yisrael, a Levi marries a chalola, which is permitted. Now they have a daughter. That daughter is permitted to a Kohen. Okay? That is based on psukim. No. It's not a poke. It's not a poke. It's not mamzer. If it would be a mamzer, it's poke. This is because the pedigree, we'll see, identifies with the father. But the more is going to bring the pasuk. Why we differentiate whether it's the father or the mother. Okay? We'll see. The Gemara is going to say there's another opinion that says on both sides, as long as one of the parentage is a kosher Jew, this dispels the defect of cholo. But the Tana of the Mishnah holds it's only if the father is a kosher Jew, fully kosher. If he marries a chalola, the daughter is qualified to marry a Kohen. So a bas chalolo, where the father was a regular Yisrael or Levi, she's permitted to marry a Kohen. No. It's not Mishnah. Chachamim. Cholo shenosa bas Yisrael. Okay. What about if he's a cholo? The father's a cholo, and he marries a regular Levia. He's permitted. Bito psulukuna. That daughter is not permitted to marry a Kohen. That daughter is a cholo. So again, if the paternal side is cholo, although the mother is a kosher Jewess. No defect at any level, the daughter is a chalola. But if the father is a kosher Jew, and the mother is the daughter of the Grusha, her daughter, so the granddaughter of the Kohen who married the Grusha, his granddaughter, if it's from a granddaughter from his daughter, is a kosher. She's permitted to marry a Kohen. She's not a chalola. We'll see what you think. Let's wait what the Mishnah says. Okay? But that has nothing to do with Jewishness. This has to do with the defect of who's permitted to marry the Kohen or not. So if the father is a kosher Jew, he's not a cholol, marries a chalolo, the daughter is permitted to a Kohen. Okay? Reb Yehuda Omer, Bas Ger Zocher, Kebas Chalola. Kebas Cholo Zocher. What about if the father is a ger and the mother is a regular Jewish woman? A convert marries a regular Jewish woman and they have a daughter. What does that do? We know that a Gioris is not permitted to marry a Kohen. Correct? We had this before. Even if she converts before she's 3 years old. A Gioris. Let's say the convert himself converts. Even if she converts before she's 3 years old. Right? She's not permitted to marry a Kohen. Right? Now, this is the daughter, the father's a ger, he marries a Jewish woman. It's not a Gioris. What is the status of her daughter? Her daughter has the same status as a chalola. She's not permitted to marry Kohen. Reb Yehuda me bas ger zocher. The male is a ger, he marries a regular Jewish woman. It's like a cholo marrying a regular Jewish woman. We just finished saying a cholo's wife is a kosher Jewess. What's the daughter is a chalola. So the ger who marries a Jewish woman, the daughter is a chalola, is the equivalent of a gioris. That's not this opinion that we'll see the Gemara. Right? We say that the mikveh Yisrael is only the male, not the female. That's the Tana of our Mishnah. That we purge the defect that's only with the male, the paternal side is a kosher Jew. But if the paternal side has the defect, that defect carries over to the daughter. But it's not based on kol holechach or apogum. It's not, because it would be like a mamzer illegitimacy. It doesn't make a difference who has that illegitimacy, whether it's the father or the mother. That illegitimacy transfers over to the child. The father's a mamzer, or the mother's a mamzeris. Either way, the child's a mamzer or mamzeris. Okay? So we're treating the ger no different than the cholo. If it's the paternal, although the mother is a full-fledged Jew, the daughter is what? Is a chalola. Ger's not, the child's not a ger. And the mother was a regular Jewish woman. Correct? Everything's psukim. Reb Eliezer ben Yaakov Omer, no. Yisrael shenose gioris bito ksher lakuna. A Yisrael marries a gioris, the daughter is ksher lakuna. The ger shnos bas Yisrael, he's arguing. Reb Eliezer ben Yaakov argues. A ger who marries a bas Yisrael also bito ksher lakuna. We differentiate between a cholol. In regard to cholol, when nobody argues. If the side is cholol, although the mother is a regular Jewish woman, the daughter is a chalola. But in regard to a ger marrying a regular Jewish woman, Reb Eliezer ben Yaakov argues. He says as long as the mother or father, either side, the child is what? The daughter qualifies to marry a Kohen, the daughter. Aval ger shenos gioris. What about if both parents are converts? The mother and father, bito psula l'kuna. Because she's the parentage, the paternal and maternal side is ger. It's not the child's not, but because the child descends from parents that both are gerim, she assumes the status of a gioris, meaning she has no pedigree. So you already learned this, so you think it's before, but it's coming up. That's next opinion in the Mishnah. It's next opinion in the Mishnah. Okay? This is Reb Eliezer ben Yaakov. Echot ger v'echad avod m'shuchrorim afil ad yudoros. When we say ger, what about if he's an emancipated slave? It's also ger. Afilu ad yudoros. Even 10 generations. Achte imo Yisrael. Korn Reb Letzmi Yaakov. You have to have any of the generations. The mother is a full Jew. Only then are you purged from this issue of convert. But if you have on both sides, the maternal side, for many generations, the halacha is the daughter is not qualified to marry a Kohen. So the Rishonim, so it says afilu ad yudoros doesn't mean 10 generations. It means beyond. It says lo yavam am kal Hashem. It said even Dor Asiri, even the 10th generation. 10 means forever. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Rabbi Yossi argues. Rabbi Yossi is the opinion you speak about. Av ger shnos giores, if a ger, a convert marries a convert, a woman, bitok sher lakuna. Even if they're both gerim. It's only the original convert doesn't qualify to marry the Kohen, but the offspring of the gerim, although the gerim on both sides, the child qualifies. The daughter can marry a Kohen. So we have 3 opinions in the Mishnah. One opinion is that ger is like cholo. If the father is a kosher Jew, although the mother is a chalolo or the mother is a giores, the daughter is qualified to marry a Kohen. If the father is the cholol or the father is the ger, even if the mother is a kosher Jewish, then the daughter is a chalola or equivalent of a chalola. Okay, that's the first opinion. Rabbi Lesim Yaakov says he argues by ger that if either parent is a full Jew, the daughter is permitted to marry a Kohen. Reb Yossi says even if both parents are gerim, the daughter is qualified to marry a Kohen. Right? These are the 3 opinions we have in the Mishnah. No. They're not arguing. They're arguing, what about if the father's a ger and the mother's a full Jewess? So that's cholo. So now we talk about the cholo. Nobody argues that. Nobody argues. That's explicit in the Torah. Here we're talking about the product of that, the cholo. The Kohen married the Grush, he shouldn't have. The Kohen Gadol married the Almon, he shouldn't have. Now the child's a cholo. So if it's a daughter, or a son. If it's a son, his daughter, even if he marries a kosher Jewess, the daughter is a chalola. If the daughter is a chalola, and it's a daughter, and the regular Jew marries the daughter, that daughter is qualified to marry a Kohen. Nobody argues that case. Okay, let's go further. They're differentiating between ger. As long as either the parents are original Jew, the child... No. Same. Well, that's basically what he's saying. Because that's understood, but that would be even the first generation. That nobody argued that case. Okay. My la'olam. It says in the Mishnah, Bas cholo zocha psulim and akuna la'olam. So we said, let's say the 10th generation, you had a male line, chalolim, and the 6th generation, you had a what? You had a granddaughter. So we say that the granddaughter is a chalola. The great-great-great-granddaughter is a chalola. My la'olam. What's the chiddush? Why would I think differently? Correct? We're saying that if the paternal side is a cholol, even if the mother is a regular Jewess, we say, what is it? It's chalola. So if that's the case, what's the chiddush? Why would I think not lo'olam?